So I'm going to be sharing on the ultimate nation. And I'll start by telling you about my friend Alexander the World Changer. This guy, it was a story someone told me years ago. So I'm going to be sharing the story my own way. This guy, at the age of 20, when he was celebrating his 20th birthday, they asked him a question. What would you like to do with your life? And Alexandra, my friend, says, I would like to change the world. So he went to the gym, like I'm trying to gym right now. I've been trying to get 6 packs for a couple of months. I don't know, maybe I'm having 2 packs already. Every time I look at myself in the mirror and say, where is the 6 packs? Okay. And this guy started gymming, and he built his body, and he wanted to change the world. On his 40th birthday, after 28 years, he has not changed the world. So they asked him, you said you were going to change the world. How come in 20 years you've not done anything? And he said, okay, I'll change Africa. So the next 20 years of his life, he tried to change Africa. He tried to work hard. He traveled everywhere. After 20 years, Africa was still the same. How old was he? 60. So after that, he said, okay, the next 10 years, I'll try to change Nigeria because I'm getting old. After 10 years, how old was he? Nigeria was still like this. So they came to meet him. They said, you couldn't change Africa, you couldn't change the world. Now you couldn't. He said, okay, don't worry, I'll change my state. And because Alexandra is from Abia State. So he tried to get into politics. For 10 years, he couldn't change his state. Abia was still the same. How old was he? 80. Then on his 80th birthday, as he was doing a happy birthday, he said, oh God, you have never achieved anything in your life. What would you do this time? He said, the rest of my life, I would devote it to my family, trying to solve the problem my family I'm building. And because at 80, a lot of problems had already been created in his absence, he tried to solve it. For 10 years, he couldn't solve it. How old was he? On his 90th birthday, he took ill. And doctor said he had 24 hours to live. So they asked him, Alexandra, when you were young, you said you would change the world, you would change Africa, you would change Nigeria, you will change Abia State, you will change your family, you couldn't do any of those things. He said the biggest mistake I made was trying to start from the world. He said all I needed to do was to have changed myself. A change me would have changed my family. My family would have changed Abia State. Abia State would have changed Nigeria. Nigeria would have changed Africa, and Africa would have changed the world. That most of the times we want to solve every problem from the top. But let me shock you. No problem is solved from the top. Every problem is solved with you. That if you don't take personal responsibilities for Nigeria, nothing will change. My life changed about a year and a half ago. When I was praying one day and the Lord said to me that, what if everything you thought you knew about life was wrong? And for the first time, I started using my brain. That's why about 5 months ago, the Lord said to me, make your home reflect the nation you want to see. So we had to make a lot of adjustments in our home. My wife is there, she will tell you. It's a lot of battle. Because getting out of the mode with which you were brought up is a lot of battle. For example, I was brought up to finish having my bath and spreading the towel on the door. How do you change that? Some of you, as you're sitting here right now, your towel is on the door. The door wasn't meant for the towel. Some of you, you get back to your room, your wardrobe is there, but you will not hang the clothes inside the wardrobe. You will hang it on the door. How do you change that? How do you change a system that has conditioned you not to keep a clean environment? Where when you finish charging your phone, you leave the charger inside there. You leave it on the socket. You don't bother because your mind cannot figure it out that your child can actually get in there and get electrocuted. That what the whites think about is what the black man prays about. Africa, in our time, has to become a thinking continent. That everything in your house must be a product of thinking. Sometimes you go to a foreign country and the next thing you're doing is you're taking shots. Why are you taking shots? Why are you taking pictures? Because you have seen what you have never seen before. How many people come to your home and they take pictures because they've seen what they've never seen before? What is desirable about you that people are taking pictures on? Now, so I have discovered that the most important thing in life is an idea. That nothing trumps an idea. Once you have an idea produces thoughts. Thoughts produce concepts, and concepts produce vision. But guess what? You can only understand life to the extent of how correct your concept is. So what if you have a wrong idea? A wrong idea will birth what? Wrong thoughts. Wrong thoughts will lead to what? Wrong concept and wrong vision. Every error in life is as a result of what is called misconception. Misconception means, there's a concept. Concept means original idea. Okay, precepts, Precepts mean the original idea. Now, if the original idea is lost, a lot of things you are doing will be wrong. There is no way we can think and act right once our precept is wrong, because that ultimately affects our paradigm. Unfortunately, our paradigm is so wrong that even when we try to be convenient, we inconvenience other people. I had to go and meet a neighbor yesterday. This guy has about 4 cars, and our estate, you're only permitted to park 2 cars. Now, this guy, there's another empty house. There is a vacant parking space that can park 2 cars. This guy will not park there. He will come and park in front of my house. So my wife went to meet him to say, "Oh, God, you are inconveniencing us." And they have to tell my wife, "Go away. What's your whatever? We won't do anything." So my wife came home to tell me, So yesterday I realized he parked in front of my house again. So I decided to go to the house for the first time, and guess what I saw? I saw the banner of a church in front of his gate inviting people for house fellowship. So I knocked on the door and I met him. And I said, "Sir, you are inconveniencing." He said, "That is the way we've always done it here." I said, "That you have always done it doesn't mean it's right." I said, "Do you realize that I said, if I bash your car, we'll be speaking another English here." I said, "But look at you. Let's even talk as Christians. I'm not talking to a Muslim. You are a Christian. And you are inviting me for house fellowship, and you are inconvenient. What gospel are you preaching to me?" And I think that got to him. So he came to remove his car. But we don't have to get to that level. It just shows that people claim they love God, but they are not thinking. Let me tell you, loving God without right thinking is foolishness. So we're going to be using a lot of our brain here, thinking through things. Because first of all, let's even think as human beings. Before Christianity or Islam came to Africa, we practiced purity. Without Bible, without Quran, we practiced purity. Because ladies were virgins and they married as virgins.